This guy wrote in and said, I've been told by a girl that I'm trash in bed. Ouch, that's a gut punch, isn't it? He says, hi, I'm 24 years old, and I guess I used to be very active in my sex life from about 1923. Okay, so this comes from a guy who has lots of experience. But you probably don't have as much experience as the girl you are dating. I used to hook up, have friends with benefits, and get into endless relationships. Yes, this guy knows what he's doing. He must be at least average looking, and he can talk a girl into sleeping with him. So all good signs so far. Then I saw some of my older friends who, by the way, were living the same life as me at the time, and told myself that I didn't want to be like them down the line. Fair dues. Look, even for guys, I think, you know, endlessly sleeping with women in a hookup culture is not good for you. It's certainly not good for women, but I think it is bad for men as well. Look, at the start, maybe have a bit of variety, see what's out there, have those experiences, but in the long term, you don't want to be hooking up meaninglessly with multiple women, because I think men and women are better together, and in a long-term committed relationship, I think that's the best way to do it. But hey, you do you. Looks like this guy's seen the light. He continues, so I started walking and running more, eating healthy, I got a nice job for the first time in a decade, and reading again. Yeah, those are much better ways to improve your life than sleeping endlessly with women, even though that is very fun. Just use protection, of course. So he's in a much healthier state of mind and body. He says, to get to the point from the partners I've had, some told me I was okay and others said I was good. So why are you asking your partners if you're good in bed? Now, I guess those are conversations you can have with friends with benefits, because, you know, those questions don't really matter. But, yeah, don't ask women these. It shows you're insecure, and also you're probably not going to like the answer. Because, again, women are probably going to have more sexual experience than you. So they've got a lot of men to compare yourself to. If you think you're the biggest guy a girl's ever had, you're probably wrong, bro. Because if she's slept with, you know, double digits amount of men, what are the percentage chances that, you know, you're the best in bed and have the biggest python? Probably quite slim. So just don't think about it. Just be the best version of yourself as possible, and then she'll like you for you, right? I always assumed they were just saying that to be nice, but even then some came back for more, so I thought it was good enough. Again, yeah, if they come back, then you're obviously good enough. So stop asking these questions to every girl that you've been dating. It's weird. Mind you, it was my best friend's birthday and we went to Miami to celebrate. Uh-oh, it all happens in Miami. Sorry, just having a sip of coffee. It's a beautiful morning. It's Saturday, and I thought I'd start the day by going through some posts here. After a year of being celibate and not being with anyone, I met a cute girl. Now, usually when I hear that, I think a guy's not celibate by decision, but by the situation. Like, usually if you're celibate as a guy, it's because no girl wants to sleep with you. But in this guy's point of view, it does sound like maybe he actually did decide to be celibate and didn't go out and try and hook up with people, because he does have that experience. So we met a cute girl in Miami. We talked, exchanged digits, and went on a couple of dates over the week. Okay, it sounds good. It sounds like he was quite quick in starting the dates. And a problem I see from a lot of guys, they're texting back and forth for weeks, even months before having a date. Get the girl on a date as soon as possible, because that is the best way to create attraction and chemistry. Because you've got to remember, this girl is probably messaging multiple men, having the same boring conversations of, oh, how's the weather, or how's work. It's boring, okay? You want to get her out in person to create that sexual tension. When we got back to her place, about 5 minutes in, she laughed and said that I was the worst man she'd ever been with. It genuinely hurt my feelings. Well, she's a POS. That's a horrible thing to say. And yeah, that's going to hurt your self-confidence. But at the same time, you'd be like, hey, that just shows you the type of person she is. And walk away. You had your fun. You got something out of it. She's got another notch on the bedpost that she can't get back. You know what I mean? But that is an absolute awful thing to say. 5 minutes in, she laughed. and then said, "You're the worst she's been with." Again, shows the type of character is, shows the type of Miami character she is. Yeah, just put it down as, yeah, she was a bad woman, and try not to let it hurt your feelings. But I understand why it would. That's pretty messed up. She didn't laugh at my appearance or size or anything like that, just my performance. Well, maybe you just released it a bit too quickly, given that you've been celibate for a year and she's very attractive. It happens to the best of us. Usually after an hour or two, you can get up again and you go for round two and you can last much longer. I don't really know how to cope with it. How would someone in my position deal with this? Well, I would have probably walked out, or you know, had a little bit more fun, try and get it up again. Because again, you're not going to see this girl ever again, are you? And they've been on multiple dates apparently. Like, they were building up to this, and then she made that comment. That's pretty rough. It's not like this is a one-night stand. It sounds like they had a couple of dates. Again, shows her poor character. Also, sorry in advance if this sub was the wrong place to post it. Thanks to everybody again. Okay, that's where it ends. Yeah, I think it just shows poor quality women. And that's fine, because the majority of women aren't going to make those types of comments. They're going to give you a second chance in the bedroom if the first one was bad, especially if you've been on multiple dates before. But yeah, quite a funny story, but at the same time, hope bro moves on and stops asking women, am I good in bed or not? Because you're not going to like the answer, and it's a weird question to ask. Anyway, that's all guys. Cheers. See ya.